Welcome back
Yeah,
to Sahara TV. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. This is the Skype call segment. This is a special segment for you to give us your feedback on some of the topics we've been discussing. Today we've talked about several things, but we want to concentrate on this Skype call segment on three topics. The first one is the Democracy Day, 2 years of President Jonathan. How do you think he fared? He said that he did very well for Nigeria. And the wife said that he did excellent job for Nigeria. And a lot of people seem to agree. We want to hear your own opinion about how he did in the last 2 years. Also, we are going to talk about the competition or the election of the chairman of the Governors Forum. What happened there? What does that say about Nigeria as we move towards 2015? We want to hear your opinion, what you think about that. And finally, we're going to talk about gay rights, anti-gay marriage bill that was passed in the National Assembly on Thursday. We want to hear what you think about that. So we're going to start with three of our guests who already joined us on Skype. Matthew joined us from Niger State, Mina in Niger State. Pietro is joining us from Canada, and Odebode is also joining us from Canada. Guys, welcome to Sahara TV.
you're welcome to.
Okay, let me start with you, Matthew. Matthew, you are in Nigeria, and how did you guys celebrate the Democracy Day in Nigeria?
Well, thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, there were celebrations. So this year we discovered that there was a low-key celebration, and the celebration was just between the who and the who's in government. Celebration of democracy supposed to be a theme of the whole country. If we say government of the people, by the people, and for the people. But these are selected set of people that are celebrating the democracy because they are the only one taking part in it. As far as I'm concerned, there was no celebration, but a gathering of some big men. As far as May 29 is concerned.
Yeah, Matthew, let me ask you, because it's also a time that the president came out and gave his own midterm reports, what he called midterm reports, and he said that he did well for Nigeria. What do you think? Did he do well for Nigeria or for you?
Yes, I guess I watched part of the program, the one attended by Reverend Jesse Jackson. It happens in Abuja, I guess. I watched it live, but part of it, it was the Minister of Finance, Okonjo-Iweala. She was the one that gave the report, the midterm report of what the government has been doing for the past 3 years and since the inception of Jonathan. Yes, he said he did well. You don't expect you don't expect Jonathan to come out and say he didn't do well. He will say he's going to tell us that he did well, but as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen anything so tangible that has been done.
Okay, hold it there, Matthew. Hold it there, Matthew. Let me go to other guests. I'll come back to you. Odebode in Canada, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, how did you celebrate the Democracy Day, and how do you assess the president in the last 2 years?
Locally within us here in Canada, right here in school. So what we did mostly was just have a get-together among the Nigerian community here, and looking back to our country, make some comments and make some recommendation. And the verdict was really that the country is moving forward. So no matter what people are talking about, we are not moving forward, we are not doing anything. I don't know where they're getting that from. I'm just 6 months here in Canada. I came from Nigeria. There's a lot of massive development going on in that country. I was in Port Harcourt for years before I relocated to Benin. Currently, I'm here for my master's, and the airports are having a wonderful looks. But the question is, those looks, are they enough? They are not. There's no modern car parks. There's room for improvement. But is there any development going on in that aspect? Yes, there is. So which means there's what? A transformation. We can always give them more ideas. I think what we need, Nigerians now, we need to do is to give our leaders ideas. Give them, because they are human like us. They're not spiritual beings or wherever. So wherever they are trying to do, we try to add whatever we want to add to it. That's how the country can move forward.
Okay.
In terms of
Hold it there. We will come back to you. We'll come back to you, Odebode. Let me go to Pietro. What is your take on the state of the country, Democracy Day, the presidency, and everything going on?
I used to be the Nigerian Student Association president here. So we discussed a lot of Nigerian politics. And one thing that bugged us most is his response to walk around. I think that was like the major thing we're always talking about. And we just felt over here that, you know, he has not taken disciplinary action, and it wasn't like quick enough to like respond to, you know, the attack. I felt that as a president, he should have like had better, you know, decision and a quick one. As the head of state, you know, we have high expectation of, you know, his thinking level and everything. But you know, I personally I feel that, you know, he was quite disappointing in that area. Although I'm not trying to criticize him, like he tried his best, but I think what we say is his best isn't what we need. We need something better than what he has done in reference to the Boko. That was something that bugged us the most. And talking about the democracy, honestly, I feel that um, Nigeria, being 50 something years, I believe that we're supposed to have achieved more than we have right now. So it's like the level that we are at right now isn't where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be more developed. We're supposed to, you know, provide things like employment for people in our country. Nigerians, to be honest, with the amount of money that we make, I believe that we're not supposed to, you know, to be suffering the way we are.
Okay. Let me come to you, Matthew. So Matthew, let me ask you, what is your governor who voted for Amechi during the election for the chairmanship of the Governors Forum, and then they are both PDP. What is your take on how that whole election took place in Nigeria?
Let me get you again, please.
I mean, the election of the chairmanship of the Governors Forum. What is your take? What does that say to you about the PDP, about the presidency, and where Nigeria is heading to in 2015?
Yes, thank you very much. I want to commend the Odebode first for saying that there are a lot of transformations and whatever going on in Nigeria. Yes, I agree with you there are transformations, but thank God you cap your statement by saying that the transformations are not yet enough.
Yeah.
Yes. For the governorship election, the chairman governors forum, the election that just took place, that election is not giving us, it's just a litmus test to know what the 2015 election will look like. My brother, I must confess, we will face a whole lot of challenges if things are not properly done. I just hope that PDP should allow the people's wish to come to pass, because looking at that election, you will see clearly that even the PDP governors, they know what is happening, even in their house. And I'm aware that there has been a stake now whereby there are some PDP governors that are now saying that if Amechi is suspended, we heard that Amechi has been suspended, but if really Amechi has been suspended, the information we are hearing now is that 14 governors have already come together. They have met in a secret location and confirmed that if Amechi is suspended from PDP, that they are going to resign as a member of PDP. Why they were in office under the PDP platform. That PDP governorship, the governorship forum election has given us the chance to know who is right and who is wrong. Because we have been asking questions, what is the dilemma between the PDP and Amechi? He has not renounced himself as a member of PDP. But what is the problem? Is it because he has an ambition? Okay, why are they fighting him? If they believe that they have the power to bring somebody to somebody better to power, let them at the 2015 decide.
All right.
Are you getting me now?
Yeah. Hold on there. Okay, let me go to Pietro. Pietro, did you follow the election, the election for the chairmanship of the Governors Forum?
Well, to be honest with you, as I was running his election, I was running my election, so I wasn't concentrated in that. I didn't follow up for them.
But you won your own election, and there were not two presidents.
Yeah, I won my own election.
It was a clear win.
Yeah, it was a clear win.
All right. So, okay, hold on. Let me go to Odebode. Odebode, what is your take on the Governors Forum election?
Yeah, I just want us to be careful concerning this Governor Forum election and the presidency and whatever. These guys are politicians. They know how to fight and they know how to settle. At the end of the day, it's the grassroots that will suffer. Look at the fight on the metro. Some days ago, where what's it called? The governor of Lagos State have to open the bridge and make sure that the LTV, which is Lagos, broadcasts that live, while Jonathan is also declaring his achievement. Those are the positive fight that I like. Everybody is showing that I am better, I'm better. Let's not be carried away. Don't forget there was a fight between Atiko and Jonathan. All this, the essence of this fight is what we call supremacy. The essence of this fight is what we call insubordination. Everybody wants to prove, yes, I am your superior. Let's not be carried away. We as Nigerian citizens, I'm not pissed off. I'm not interested about this fight, whatever. What I need is development. What I need is that there's employment for Nigerian students when they graduate. What I need that there's a peace where a Nigerian can sleep in Maiduguri and there's no problem. These politicians, they keep fighting, swaying us away from what we need, our yearnings, our development yearnings. That's what we should be talking about. I'm not interested about this, the fight or whatever. At the end of the day, these people still meet in the night. They settle themselves together. Don't forget there was a big fight between Oshomole, my governor, and OBJ. At the end of the day, OBJ came to Benin and was given a red carpet reception and went straight to the government house and had a secret meeting with Oshomole after all those fights. At the end of the day, these guys will still come together and they will still come. They'll still know how to share the money. So we should be careful. All we need is development. Amechi should not.
Okay. But hold on. Okay, hold on. Who is going to develop the country? Is it not the same leadership, the same people who are fighting? I understand what you're saying. You're saying, if I understand you right, is that they are distracting us from what should be going on. Yeah, but the question is, who is going to make that development happen? Is it not the same people? When they are fighting, is it at the same time that they are doing this development? Or what is your point in terms of what we're seeing? We are talking about what they are doing, and we feel that just like they might be distracting us, it's distracting them from doing the job we want them to do. Don't you agree?
Yeah, but when we fight them that you promised to make this road to Calabari motorable, why are you not doing it? When there's a protest, when there's a report from such a project, we take their attention into that project and they'll start looking towards us. But right now, we are just looking into them fighting in the PDP Governors Forum or wherever. They are taking us away from our yearnings. Okay. That's what I'm trying to. We need to give them, we need to engage them in another way so that we can distract them. They are distracting us right now. They are the ones distracting us now. They know what they are doing.
Okay. All right. Let me come back to Pietro. Let me come to you. And this is our third topic today, which is gay rights, our anti-gay right bill that was passed in the National Assembly on Thursday. And it says that, that if you are seen in any kind of gay relationship or if you are supporting that you go to prison for up to 14 years. now it's waiting for the president to sign it into law. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll speak from a personal perspective here, because what I'm studying right now in school is human rights, and actually right here on my hand, it says report homophobic. No, this is what I'm trying to say. I understand that Nigeria wants to operate by their laws, but at the same time, there's something called human rights, and part of it is that we all have equality and to express ourselves the way we fit in. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that, like, for example, I'm not gay, but I support it, meaning that I believe that one should be able to express his emotions wherever, he appeals with or whatever, right? But at the same time, in Canada, for example, Canada approves of it, right? And that's because they respect, human rights, and they also respect freedom of expression and association. And I believe that this is ideal, and every country should practice it. And I understand again that on religiously, I feel that is not also right. But like I said, I'm talking from a human rights perspective. It is ideal that it shouldn't be supported by Nigerian government religiously, but in human rights reasoning, it should be supported. So either ways, it could and it could not. So it depends on the take that Nigerian government is coming from. It could either go either ways. But from my perspective, human rights should be, should be respected. Therefore, gay rights should be, it should be acceptable. But Nigerian government says no trade. That is actually wrong, because I believe they are violating human rights, and they're not allowing people express freedom as they have stated in their constitution. So if they are really being strict on gay rights here, I think they should change their constitution to know that we have something that we're following that is ideal and is reasonable.
Okay. All right. Matthew, let me come to you. You're in Nigeria. How did that news play out in Niger State?
Personally, I must confess, when you are talking about gay things, I personally am not in support. And I'm very, very sure that that gay thing we are talking about is an African setup. That is the truth. Since the house that makes the law has passed a bill to discipline or to punish anybody who is found wanting, this kind of an act. Well, as far as I'm concerned, let the law take its course.
So Matthew, let me ask you, you think that is the biggest problem that Nigeria is facing, that they should spend time working on that bill and passing it now?
Actually, I'm sure they have passed the bill.
And you support the president you want the president to sign it into law?
Let him go ahead and sign it.
All right, I'll come back to you. Hold on, Matthew. Let me go to Odebode. I want your view, because you just left Nigeria about 8 months ago, based on what you just said. And I want to know if you have a different position between the position of Matthew and...
Rodolphe,
yes.
Personally, I don't know where we are going. I was in Manhattan 2 weeks ago, Central Park. And the way I saw these gays and lesbians, and I don't know if we want our society to remain like that, or it's really, even in America, it's a big issue, despite, unfortunately, Obama is supporting it. But personally, I don't discriminate if two guys want to associate or two ladies want to associate, but ascribing the word marriage, ascribing the word for them to be able to adopt children, personally, I don't consent to that. And since Nigeria as a country, both Muslims and Christians has agreed that they don't want that to work, fine. That's the law of the country. I'm okay. I think last time they were talking about death penalties, which I'd never accepted. But since they talk about 40 years imprisonment, definitely that is also too much. But at the point they will come to a conclusion. The president has not signed into law, but it's just passed by the House. So let's see how we go from there. But personally, I think the judge should not be confused the way we are confused in Central Park in Manhattan the last time I visited. I don't want to see that again, and I don't want my children to witness that.
Now, but let me stay with you, Odebode. I want to know, did anything change since your perception about gay issues changed since you left Nigeria for Canada?
Yes. I mean,
what changed?
What changed is they try to make sure, yes, the biggest problem they have is stigmatization. How you, I really, truly, in the Nigerian environment, I really look at it as something strange, something diabolical, But when you get here, you definitely, I do have one or two who are into it, and tolerance start coming in, trying to understand their own viewpoints start coming in. I think, yeah, that is what changed. But going down where a man almost becoming like a female clothes, female hair, female bags. Oh, man, I don't want that to happen in my country. Please.
All right. So Pietro, let me come back to you. You see two different viewpoints there. What do you think? Do you see this issue as something that Africa should be excluded from? Because it appears to be kind of a movement across the world. Do you think that Africa can escape this, or that eventually most of Africa will have the kind of society that you have in the West?
Well, no, is my answer. Like I said before, it's not like I'm gay, but I'm trying to think of what I feel is right. Like, it's so funny, like 14 years in prison, like 14 years imprisonment, like that's not normal. Like, it's not like they stole like huge amount of money. Like with all heard history of how Nigerian government, keeps stealing from us. Like, how many of them have actually like been to prison up to like even 5 years, not more, 14 years? And it's not like these people are trying to do something illegal across the world. It's something legal in some parts of the world. Even in South Africa, now let's be honest with each other now. Let's not think from a personal perspective. Think of what is right. It's not, this is just a question of emotion to another person, If there was no like religion and all those type of things, like we wouldn't actually know that, gay lesbian marriage is wrong. We wouldn't think about it like that. If it's something we started practicing, I feel that people are against it because it's not what we used to. I don't know how Nigerian parents are strict and something like that. So I feel it's all it's all about the way we are trained. We're trained to think that way. We're not trying to enhance our brain to know that there's something like human rights, and these people have right to express themselves. They're not doing anything illegal across the world. Then why should they be punished for doing something like that?
Okay. All right. Let's leave it here. We'll continue this discussion in future shows. But let me come back to three of you, and I'll ask each of you to tell me what the president could do to be better in the next 2 years, and probably what he needed to change from the last 2 years. I'll start with you, Matthew, in Nigeria.
Yes. Well, what I expect the Mr. President to do to be better in the next 2 years, the issue of power. Mr. President should please solve the issue of power. I've been running on power generator since 8 o'clock in the morning, and up to this hour, you should know how much I might have spent. In the next few minutes, then you will shut down because the voice is almost gone. If there is power, people will live better. They can be stealing their money, they can be rooming in their corruption, they can be doing whatever they like, but let them give us power. We need power. This is the only thing they can do for a common man. We need power.
May I ask you, Matthew, may I ask you, do you have an idea how much you pay for petrol every month?
right now, I cannot give you categorically this amount I pay, but I can assure you that in a week, I spend about nothing less than 6,000 naira in a week on power generator. So taking that into 4, which is 4 weeks in a month, we'll be talking about 24,000 naira.
Now, the other question is, what do you want to see, a change you want to see in Jonathan in the next 2 years?
The change I want to see in Jonathan in the next 2 years is for him to be a man. That young man, he needs to be a man.
Okay.
That is, he needs to take the decision and stand on it. He needs to be a man.
All right. Let me go to.
Just too cold. This is Nigeria.
Okay. Let me hear from
Odebode.
What is your take? What do you recommend for the president to do in the next 2 years to improve? What do you want him to stop doing?
Yeah, I think my viewpoint is almost similar to the last speaker. Power generation. I mean, if there's any deliverance I have had coming to Canada, is power generation. Power generation. And 2, I want them a proper technical skills training in Nigeria. Apart from power generation, do you know the moment you take your generator to a repairer, that is the end of your generator? Do you know if you take your car to a mechanic, that's the end of your car? Those technical skills, there's no training there's no formal training for our generator, our technical skills personnel. Your car, your generator, your house, even the bricklayers that work on your house, there's no formal skills, no acquisition. We need to come up with a trade. I look around where I am over here. People live their life on such trade, and they have certification for it. That is one of the things, if he can bring that up. And 2, the second part, based to what this guy said, you need to be a man, take a decision and stand by it. And also speak to Nigerian people often, not just using Abati. You come on air, speak to Nigerian people often. You can do that through occasions. Maybe you are commissioning something, you are visiting a state, you can do that. Not necessarily a national TV broadcast. Speak to Nigerian people, and be the president we want. You can see the charisma from Obama. When he speaks, public issues, everybody is captured. So we want that from our president and all. Though I know he's not an eloquent speaker, but I mean, you don't need to be that. You can just keep delivering so that your personality will be building on everybody. So I know the country is difficult to rule. I know. There are so many sentiments. You do this, do not shout. You do this, south shout. You do this. So many sentiments. I know that. But what can we do? We have to move forward above sentiment.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Odebode. Just so you know, we invited him to come on our show, and we are still hoping that one day he will join us and you guys can talk to him.
Actually, not to you, Rudolph.
Anybody, I mean, it could come. It doesn't have to be me, but we want to talk to him and give you a chance to talk to him too. All right, let me go to you, Pietro. What do you think? What should change in Jonathan and how he runs the country, and what do you want him to focus on?
The main focus that I'll pick on is the fact that the rule of law should be followed. You know, we all say that, oh, no one is above the law, but if we look at it, I think some people are, and it's pretty visible. So talking about the rule of law, everyone, you know, should be under and not above the law. And I think Nigerian problem generally, it's one, we all know about the electricity. I know he's been working on it, but okay, statistics that I saw showed that he has actually tried on electricity, but I don't think what he has done is I do compliment him for, you know, his effort. You know, he has tried as a president, but I would still say that, you know, I wish he worked harder in terms of like electricity sector. And apart from that, I would say he should please focus on infrastructure. You know, on infrastructure, we know some parts of Nigeria is like going on good, like the roads and all, right? And apart from that, it's also focused on job creation. You know, our population is increasing, and I believe we should also be considering, creation of like, you know, jobs. And apart from that, I also talk about the security system. You know, the police system isn't all that good. There's still corruption. Apart from the police system, there's still corruption within the government, and we know that, like, it's pretty visible. So the government should focus on corruption, infrastructure. They should focus on the police system, and generally they should concentrate on electricity and the rule of law.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to thank all of you, Matthew, Pietro, and Debode, for joining us today.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
All right. All right. Now, we asked you on our Facebook and Twitter page to tell us what you think about the performance of the president in the last 2 years. We asked, and he said that he has done well for Nigeria. So we asked you, what is your opinion? So we are now, joining me here is Tracy, one of our staff here. Tracy, what are you seeing on Twitter? Okay. All right. All right. So Tracy, tell us what people are saying.
So the question of do you believe that President Jonathan has done well in the last 2 years actually has reached over like 1,000 comments right now. People are continuing to bring in comments. And I'm going to read a few right now, some of our popular ones. Shehu Muhammad says straight out, absolutely no. Let's see. Sani Inua says, good luck, Jonathan, a disastrous leader for Nigeria. Let's see. Omiyeli Rashid says, nobody is criticizing good luck, Jonathan, but this man cannot achieve anything. Muhammad Buhari says, he has done very, very bad, even worse. Let's see. Wadada Doctor says, haha, I miss a lot of people in the north because of him. Let's see. Papula Bello says, yes, because the regime has sustained looting spree at the expense of the toiling masses that made sacrifice to install the regime in erroneously. Let's see. Moore says, Omiyele Rashid again says, performance is only on pages of newspaper. And let's see. MC Witty says his second term is just a real political comedy. And Prince Esha says, yes, he has done in terms of setting up the violence to bombard a whole northern Nigeria. But most unbelievers would say that he has done just because are of the same critics that way. Even this Boko Haram are set up probably by him. Let's see. And Caleb Adewoye just says, no comment, premature. Anlera, I'm going to say his last name is Omu. Apart from failure in governance, Goodluck Jonathan has achieved polarization of this country along religious and ethnic lines. Let's see. Delian Abe says, well, 75% for Boko Haram, but he should leave Amechi alone. And Victor says, on a brighter note for Goodluck, says, he has done very well. This is the best of democracy so far in Niger. Emeka says, with high level of corruption, he has failed already as far as my marking scheme is concerned. He is a continuation of what is bad in Nigeria, corruption and impunity. And you guys should just go ahead and continue to keep making comments, and we will try to share them throughout our Twitter and everything. And that pretty much concludes our show. We want to thank you so much for watching SaharaTV today. And we apologize for the technical difficulties where we were not able to bring you the news around the passing of the anti-gay bill in Nigeria, but we'll surely keep you updated on that topic throughout the week and next week as well. So thank you for watching. And I think right now we have Keeping It Real coming up next.
If you're not informed,
if you don't know where you come from, you will never find where you're going.
When Nigeria is working, we will all know.
PDP and us are diametrically opposed.
SaharaTV, let them be the TV, the best TV, information, education, inspiration. SaharaTV,
I am from SaharaTV. I'd like to ask you a few questions.